All right, welcome everybody to another week of Thunderdome Fantasy Weekly Report. It is what it is, guys. It is the last week of regular season fantasy football. Couple teams trying to get in, couple teams trying to stay in. And with that being said, let's get into it with the co-commissioner, co-host, Mr. John Creel,
Good day. Good day.
Corner. Go. Look in your corner.
and the other co-host, Miss Pancake Creel.
Hey, I'm the one trying to stay in.
All right, here we are. One of the ones trying to stay in. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you are. Well, I guess, yeah, one of the ones, but the main one trying to stay in. I'll give you that because I believe we'll get into that later. We'll get into that talks later. Let's go ahead and get this week 13 out of the way because we're already into the mix of week 14. The rest of the days start tomorrow. Herschel, go find somewhere to lay down, man. That's it.
All right. I got my
All right.
hot helper over here, okay?
All right, that's fine. We're gonna get into that first game, which was the number one team, Hammerheads, facing off against the Crimson Elephants. Hammerheads was
Actually, at the time, that would have been the Angels and Orange Crush game because Orange Crush was number one. And
you were number two?
I was
Okay.
number two. Yeah.
Well, I knew that you and Jeff were 1 and 2. I didn't know which was which. All right. So let's flip that over. We're going into the
Sorry about that,
the Orange Crush versus the Angels, and the Orange Crush took the loss to the Angels 232.52 to 221.54. Jeff cannot catch a break with them QBs since the beginning of the season, honestly. I mean, he's had his problems with Deshaun Watson, and I mean, Derek Carr really has been up and down, and like that's where his main problem is. And I've been noticing every week his main issue is that QB spot.
Right.
But big win for the Pam and them Angels, keeping herself in the playoff hunt, keeping herself up there in that sixth spot. The win margin on this was
Ready, Aubrey?
10
Point.
10.98.
10.98. All right, thank you, baby girl.
She wanted
I
to
like
do
it. No, that's fine. I love it. 10.98 point win for the Angels. Congratulations. We'll get into more on that later, but we'll pass it over to John for them high scores.
All right. Leading scorers for the Angels. CeeDee Lamb had 32.60 points. Michael Pittman Jr. had 27.50 points. And Jalen Hurts had 25.92 points. For the defense, Josh Allen had 21.80 points. Tampa Bay had 15 points. And Jesse Bates III had 14 points. For the Orange Crush, Mike Evans had 30.20 points. Puka Nacua had 23.90 points. DeAndre Hopkins had 18.90 points. For the defense, Jamin Davis had 13.50 points. Mike Dana had 10.50 points.
Right here.
And Justin Reed had 9.50 points. And the player of the game, Josh Allen.
The Josh Allen.
The Josh Allen. That's right.
Yeah,
He was huge.
agreed.
That was a huge pickup, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was bouncing back and forth.
I can't remember if I had him on my bench last week when he went off, or somebody else had him on their bench last week whenever he went off. But I remember I think I had him in a different league, honestly, and I was like, well, he's not going to do that 2 weeks in a row. He did. Yeah. So big win for Angels. Like I said, keeping her win streak right there, moving 4 wins in a row.
I'm trying. I got one more to go.
And it's coming. We'll get into that later. I'm trying to jump the gun.
I know.
I'm sorry. It's excitement. It's excitement.
Everything.
But yeah, 4 wins for Angels in a row. That's a huge run that she's making, trying to keep herself up in that playoff race. I mean,
Get back
not
into the
trying to,
playoffs.
actually keeping herself into the playoff race,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's right there in playoff mode right now. If we were to end right now,
Guys, I'm trying to redeem last year, you know?
Right. Well, I mean, that's all we can do, you know.
Trying, man.
Keep pushing.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of selfish because I really don't want to have to face you in the playoffs.
Why, because I beat both games on you already?
there's like
Exactly.
there's three of us. There's three of us battling for that for those two
Those
playoff
two spots. Yeah.
those two playoff bye weeks.
Well, I didn't think I had it. I thought he was going to get it. I had 7 players on bye.
I believe if Jeff wins, he automatically locks one of those playoff spots because he has more points than John, and he would tie John's record.
Yeah.
So he would automatically take one of the spots. And then if I won, I would take the other spot because I have more points than John as well. But if I lose, John locks that spot with Jeff, whether he wins or loses. If John wins, he locks that spot automatically, and nobody's taking that number 1 spot at all.
Right.
And then it would be down to me and Jeff whether if I lost or not, and if he won or not. Or I mean, it'd be if I lost.
Basically, either way, the 3 of y'all are in it, so hush. Let's find a way to get me in it.
Yeah. We'll get into all that craziness. That's more of that craziness.
Y'all are in it. We
It's
know.
those
Stop rubbing it in.
No, we're just trying to figure
We'll get into that after the week 13. You're right.
Yeah.
That's talks we're getting too early for.
Okay,
I was moving.
Let's go.
I was moving to the next game, which is the Hammerheads game versus the Crimson Elephants. Hammerheads got that victory, 241.46 to 192.60. This was a
48.86.
48.86 point win margin for the Hammerheads, keeping them swimming right along in that playoff spot, locking them in.
Like Dory said, just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
Seriously?
Well,
Yep.
Here we go. Now we're about to get a disclaimer from Disney for quotes or Pixar.
Oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. Well,
Pixar is going to be like, you can't do that.
You're not allowed to do it. Can't do it. All
Didn't
right.
give you permission.
Leading scores.
Sorry, we made a joke.
See, can't refer to anything and don't do that. All right, let's go into the leading scores for this. The leading scores for the Hammerheads. DK Metcalf had 37.40 points. Matt Stafford had 28.96 points. And Evan Ingram had 23.20 points. On the defense, the LA Chargers defense had 23 points. Will Anderson Jr. had 19 points. And Aziz Al-Shahir had 14 points. For the Crimson Elephants, Derrick Henry had 25 points. Tua Tagovailoa had 23.20 points. And Christian McCaffrey had 22.30 points. On the defense, Atlanta had 23 points. DeForest Buckner had 7.5 points. And Ryan Neal had 7 points.
And that defense really didn't help him this week.
Yeah, the defense let him down because he had enough on the offense. If he could have had some of his defensive players step up, he would have had me. Without a doubt, he'd have had me.
Yeah, he wasn't but 50 points. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just. I mean,
it was close.
If you go and look at some of the defensive players he had that just didn't perform, they just didn't show up.
That's what I was looking at right now. Jonathan Allen didn't do anything. Hassan Reddick, who fucking normally linebacker. I mean,
yeah, he normally does pretty good with Philly, but Philly had that off game with San Francisco. So I mean, yeah,
crazy.
It was just one of those things, man. But he was, man, because I was sweating it at first. Because I had DK go off in the first game, and after that, everybody else just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. 1.8 from London, 4.7 from Eckler, 6.4 from Gibbs, 7.7 from Moss. Yeah.
Right. My running backs just didn't do hardly anything. None of them really produced anything. And then I had London not produce. I'd already had people on bye week, I think it was Devontae Adams on bye week. So, I mean, I was already down a receiver. It was really sketch. I was worried. But at the same time, I kind of went in it like, I'm trying to keep you guys off, but I knew if I would have lost that game, this week is the game that I've got to win. Got to win if I want to get that spot. Yeah. Because I'm caught in that same scenario with points.
Yep.
I just about have to score 400 points in order to pass you guys. So
yeah, you're behind in points on both of us. So if either one of us get that victory, which is crazy for that game because you're playing against him, so that's just automatically whoever wins that game locks that playoff berth. Yeah, or I mean that bye week. Sorry.
And then I'll be staring at probably third place again. So
exactly. Then you're looking at my game a lot closer. Like who gonna take this one out? Because if I win, I tie you in record. If I lose, then you go ahead and lock that second spot in, which is what you're looking for, one or the other one.
So the only other thing, so if you win,
all right, your player of the week or the player of the game was Will Anderson Jr., right? Or are you giving it to DK?
Actually, I gave it to DK.
Okay.
Because he was well above his. I think he was at
13.26.
Yeah. So it was almost.
All right. Well, we're getting back into after week 13 talks again. So I'm like, I had to go ahead and just throw it. Because I was doing it too. I caught myself doing it. As soon as I started talking, I was like, we're doing it again. we're 2 games into week 13 and we're still going in it.
We're trying to end the season. All right, for the next game.
All right, next game.
Dragons and Sin Eaters.
Yep. Dragons versus Sin Eaters, which was the game of the week because it was the number 3 versus the number 4. And Dragons got the victory. Yeah,
right now.
I needed that boost my confidence going up against one of them playoff teams this year. I'm playing against Brandon right now, and I'm sweating my balls off.
You watch CJ Stroud is gonna go nuts.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, this is not good, dude. This is the week, and he just got Justin Jefferson back this week, so I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Of course, this is the week. This is the week that he gets all his players and shit.
He's gonna drop 300.
Exactly. My dumb ass over here, like, I'm trying to get a playoff bye week, man, and I got to go against Justin Jefferson. Ain't nobody had to deal with him since like week 4, week 5. Like, what the fuck, man?
Careful, man.
Anyway.
Don't stray again. Don't stray.
Anyway, Dragons get the victory 246.02 to 225.32. This was a
20.7.
20.7 point win margin. No. It's definitely not 20.7. Oh, yeah, it is. Never mind. Sorry. I'm done. 20.7 point win margin. No, it is right.
He looked at it wrong.
It was me that got it.
Look at it again.
Astigmatism.
That's a fact. You're right. I don't really need them. But anyway, pass it over to John for them top scorers on the Dragons. Right there, baby. You fucking shit.
The leading scores for the Dragons.
Remember the mascot.
Debo Samuel had 41.80 points.
You didn't talk about that.
29.12 points. And Sam Laporta had 29 points. On the defense, Foy Oleokun had 10.50 points. Logan Wilson had 10.50 points.
Who knows?
And Paulson Adebo had 8 points.
Second week in a row, my defense ain't done shit for me, but I've put up like 230 with my offense. So
Yeah,
I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
I'll be glad. You can drop somebody and I'll pick them up. That with no problem. I have no problem with that. Just so you know, if you
Well, I know my dudes are all studs. They just don't play for me. They play for other people. Like as soon as they own somebody else's roster, 12, 15, 20 points. They own my roster, 5, 6 points.
right.
Like they're literally, you put them up against all of the other people in the free agency, and they're up there leading all them motherfuckers.
No. Check this out. What I'm saying is, if you're scoring too much with your offense, I'll be glad to take some of those guys.
Oh no! I need them.
Okay. All right.
I almost dropped Najee. Because I'm getting sick of that fucking inconsistent. But I need him.
There's some offenses out there that are sketch. Right now, Pittsburgh's one of them. Same way with Patriots, Jets. So the list goes on and on.
Carl Granderson's another man. Picked him up off free agency. One top defensive ends this year. We got over 100 points in fantasy. In the 2 games he's been with me, he has put up 10 points.
Look at my picture.
Take that to daddy.
In 2 games, 10 points.
Damn. All right.
Hold on, John. I gave John the differentials. I've got to call Kaylee back, so I will be back in just a few minutes.
Okay, well, is everything okay?
I got to find out. I'm sure there is. Just let me call.
All righty then.
Yeah.
I can do differentials. All right, hold on. All right, so the leading scorers for Sin Eaters. Jamar Chase had 31.62 points. Joe Mixon had 29.70 points. And James Conner had 22.50 points. On the defense, Keyshawn Nixon had 17.30 points. Alex Singleton had 17 points. And Brian Branch had 13.30 points. And the player of the game went to Deebo Samuel with his 41.80 points.
Yeah. Deebo!
Bo!
Taking that win, and I'm running with it.
Deebo!
All right, next matchup was the number 5 Hendrix Mafia facing the Legend Killers. Hendrix Mafia pulled out the victory, 193.46 to 174.86. This was a
18.60
point win margin for Lindsay and the Hendrix Mafia. Much needed win for himself to keep him up there in that playoff. And with all the points that he's got, we'll get into that chat. Just about started some more future talks again, baby. Anyway, big win for Hendrix Mafia.
Leading scores for Hendrix Mafia. Geno Smith, 35.96 points.
Where was that at for you, huh?
Oh, I'm telling you. Trey McBride had 22.90 points. Brandon Cooks had 16.50 points. On a defense, Derek Stingley Jr. had 17.30 points. Miami had 15 points. And Bobby Wagner had 13.50 points. For the Legend Killers, Devon Achan had 25.30 points. Devonta Smith had 24.60 points. And CJ Stroud had 18.06 points. On the defense, Derwin James Jr. had 15 points. Nick Bosa had 7 points. And Tuli Pulotu had 7 points.
Tui Pulotu?
Tui Pulotu. Tui Pulotu. Tui Pulotu.
Tui Paladu?
Tui Pulotu.
I don't know how to say it. I'm over here broadcasting bars and shit. Why didn't you say something?
Not bad. Oh, great.
I'm like over here like I didn't even know it was on camera. Like, My
I got
bad.
Maxwell House in this mug, so drinking coffee at 8:30.
At 8:30, yeah, that's awesome. Good thing it's the weekend, huh? It's the
Right.
freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have me a cup.
Just tell them good night.
Okay, hold on 1 second. You have to tell grandson good night.
Oh,
Good night, buddy. I love you.
So,
Night, Wilson. Night. I love you.
all right, say bye. Say bye to Evan. Say bye, Evan.
night.
All right. And the player of the game for that one, Geno Smith, 35.96 points. I had to go with him. Some of the other guys, I don't know.
Stingley would have been a close runner-up.
Yeah, that would probably been the closest one. A lot of possible defensive. Either people got defensive player of the game, or were real close to getting it. You know what I mean? It was really close on a lot of these games.
Yeah, they put up some good points on their compared to their projection.
Right.
All right, next game is the Los Patos facing the Thad Castles team.
Yes,
These
sir.
two teams were both 5-8, I believe, going into this game.
And Los
That's
Patos coming back off of 2 back-to-back 300-point games, scores
Sorry.
276 points.
Yeah, he's killing it right now, and he's on a 4-game win streak as well.
Yeah.
They were 5-7 last week. This dude has come back from a 1-7 record, man, and he's
Right.
putting him.
He's
He's
with
right there in the playoff.
music.
He's right there in the playoff race.
And
If I was to go by percentages, well, here I go again. We got 2.
Don't worry about that part. All
Anyway,
I'm
yeah.
saying is Los Patos has been playing. His team has been playing out of its mind right now.
Yep.
And a lot of it goes to Brock Purdy,
Yep.
Nico Collins. I mean, those guys.
Tyreek Hill.
Yep, Tyreek Hill. Those guys have been playing out of their minds right now. So, I mean, yeah, they have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Scary. It's a very scary team going into playoffs.
Sneaking into the playoffs like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he's
and they're 300, 275. Yeah, that's
just making the rest of us look like we aren't even playing. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is nuts. This was 276.46 to 211.94. This was a
64.52 point win margin.
64.52 point win margin for the Los Patos, killing it with that 4-game winning streak, just like the Angels. Them two teams are the hottest teams in the league right now.
Yep.
And that's crazy. That's crazy. I'll pass it over to John with them top scores.
All right, top scores for Los Patos. Brock Purdy had 37.46 points. Nico Collins had 34.10 points. And Tyreek Hill had 32.30 points. On the defense, Khalil Mack had 23 points. Quinnen Williams had 17.50 points. And Deron Bland with 12.50 points.
I'm an idiot for dropping him.
Right.
I picked him up for 1 week because he had a good matchup, and I was like, oh, after that he plays like Philly and all these teams. I was like, he ain't gonna do that too. No, shit.
He has scored double digits.
He just kept it going. Yeah.
Leading scores for Thad Castle's team. Christian Watson had 27.60 points. Isaiah Pacheco had 21.30 points. And Russell Wilson had 17.80 points. For the defense, Antoine Winfield Jr. had 26 points. New York Jets had 14 points. And Jermaine Pratt had 11 points. And I had the player of the game, Nico Collins, with 34.10 points.
Yep. It was either him or Khalil Mack.
Yeah, but he hit the points difference between what he was projected and what he actually scored.
Yeah, almost triple.
Higher. Yeah.
Yeah, almost tripled. Yep.
So yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get into that final game of the week. Bucks Life versus the Cush Crushers. That little slim percentage that the Cush Crushers had went out to the window.
Yeah.
With this loss right here with the Bucks Life. Not much you can do now, and with a couple wins of other teams too. I mean, pretty much that's how it played out. If he needed other people to lose as well, and
he really got hit with a lot of injuries this year. He's had to do a lot of juggling and just people not showing up for him. You know what I mean?
Suspension.
Whenever he get people, then they just didn't show up, and he's he was lucky to pull. I mean, honestly, with as much trouble as he was having, he's lucky that he has managed to win as many games as he did. You know, I mean,
he lost Kirk Cousins. Kamara was struggling, or he didn't have Kamara out the gate.
Yeah, for the first 6 weeks.
Yeah, his tight end. I guess he botched the tight end.
Yep.
Because he's got Otten as a tight end, so.
Yeah, I think he's had to shuffle. Well, no, because he had no, that was Lindsay that had Andrews. Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah.
Anyway, Bucks Life gets this win 215.66 to 129.82. This was the highest point win margin. Yep.
85.84.
85.84. That's crazy. Point win margin for the Bucks Life. Bucks Life sliding in there, another win, not helping them much. They're still stuck in 12th place, but that's crazy, man.
A win's a win. You're trying to save some face.
We got two past champions.
Take it in the right direction going into next year.
Two past champions. 3 past champions.
Toward the bottom
we'll be drafted number 1, number 2, and number 3 next year.
I know, dude. It's going to be scary. Next year's going to be scary. I mean, it's really going to be wild to see how next year's going to shake out. Because look, let's face it, we all know this is only a 12-team league, so we all know that there are going to be a group at the bottom, and it's just who in the hell is it going to be? That's the crazy part.
Yep,
not me.
I'm hoping not me.
We talk about next year.
Not me. But at some point, everybody's going to have to take their turn.
We're talking about next year because we're going to have 3 past champions right now. If we were to end right now, there's 3 past champions that will be drafted 1, 2, and 3 next year.
Yep.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
And you got to look at it like this, dude. I mean, it would be crazy for me to think that I'm going to be able to go, just know that I'm going to be able to go 8 years in a row in the playoffs. I mean, who knows?
I'm trying. I am trying to make that a statistic.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say, I'm throwing my hands up and saying, fuck it next year. So
no, that is my main goal right now is to be making it like every year. Like
I got to at least try to get to that next.
That's awesome.
That next season, I guess you could call it.
All right, well, let's get into this final scores real quick in this last game, so we can get into this week's playoff tops.
The top scorers for Bucks Life: Dak Prescott had 34.26 points. Tony Pollard had 17.30 points, and Brandon Aubrey had 16.10 points.
Damn, was that a kicker?
Yeah, the kicker. On defense,
jeez,
Samson Ibukum, whatever, something, had 20.50 points. Eric Kendricks had 18 points, and Buda Baker had 13 points. For the Cush Crushers, Alvin Kamara had 28.90 points. Jared Goff had 20.32 points. And Keenan Allen had 10.80 points. On defense, Nate Landman had 11.50 points. Sam Hubbard had 9 points. And Jordan Whitehead had 5.50 points. And the player of the game, Samson Ibukum.
Yep. Ibukum. He had a 0 protection.
That's right. Ibukum. Yeah, that sounds like something like that. Samson, dude, had it.
Samson. I'm gonna get it from Samson. All right, we're gonna go. Where's is she coming back yet?
Are you coming back in?
Right now.
He's coming right now. He's on the way.
All right, here she is.
Close the door.
Well, you tell your daughter to close the damn door. I'm already in my chair.
Close the door. I don't like the echo. It's getting on my nerves.
Don't talk so fucking loud.
All right.
All right, offensive player of the week.
All right.
Deebo Samuel.
Deebo Samuel.
What?
Defensive player of the week, Anton Whitfield Jr.
Yep.
See this right here?
And coach of the week,
Coach of the week, Pamela.
Angel.
Got to be me.
It's Angel. He's the #1 Orange Crush.
Yes.
Yeah, you own that one.
The Orange Crush. She's been chopping these
I'm
leaders
trying so
down,
hard, man.
me included.
Yep.
You don't know how bad I want to stay. And the playoffs.
Excuse me. Oh my God! Everybody questionable.
We get
Everybody's questionable. What the fuck? All right. Anyway,
I'm already losing this week, so
let's go ahead. What the hell? You ain't losing this week.
shit. I'm already.
After one game.
It was one game.
Not
It's
even
the Thursday night football.
Look,
Calm down.
there was not very many people on each team that anybody had on their roster to begin with.
I had one player.
So did
I had two.
So did he.
Yeah. And that's like, I think the only one that scored really scored the highest was Zeke Elliott, and I think he's on Bucks Life. So I mean,
Yeah, he tore it up.
This week.
yeah, he had 28, I think.
28.
Nice.
Yeah, 28.
He's got a
And that was with
20-point
only
lead on
one
Pam
touchdown.
right now.
Yeah, that was with only one touchdown. The rest of it was
Yeah,
just
he got
receiving yards, rushing yards, and catches, man.
Yeah, I can't believe that Pittsburgh got that. They beat Pittsburgh, man. That's crazy.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get into
Yeah,
the
but
final
Trubisky-
week matchups. Week
Bailey said,
14,
"Don't get
the nitty-gritty. It's down to it. It is the end of the regular season. There is no more chances.
yeah.
This is your final chance to get into the playoffs.
down."
Number one, Hammerheads is facing off against the number 3 Orange Crush. This is game of the week. This is a crucial game. Whoever wins this game locks in their playoff bye week automatically. If John happens to lose this game, John will be struggling, hoping that the Legend Killers take down the Dragons this week to take that second bye week. If he doesn't, if he wins, then he locks in the first seed. Hey, so
At
somebody
least
here?
he's in the playoffs.
Anyway.
What's the big deal?
he's already in the playoffs, but this is
I
about
know,
the
right? So what's
the
the deal
playoff
here?
bye week. This is about that first round bye week. 2 people get that first round bye week. John's battling for it. Jeff's battling
Honestly,
for it. I'm battling
Bye week
for
is
it.
fun, but when you miss a game of football, it's like I hate being on a bye week and watching everybody else play and me being like,
Yeah.
well, this would have been a fun week. Right.
You know what?
Man.
You know what sucks about it? Usually on the bye week is whenever your team would have scored the most points ever. Usually.
Oh,
That's
putting up
usually-
400 points in a game.
And then the next game you put 220 up and lose.
Yeah.
All right. Number 1, Hammerheads facing off against number 3, Kush Crushers. Number 2, Dragons facing off against the number 10, Legend Killers. Number 3, Orange Crush facing off against the number 1, Hammerheads. Number 4, Sin Eaters facing off against the number 7, Los Patos. Crucial game for Los
Oh my
Patos.
God, Los
Ben is
Sorry,
already
Los
locked
Patos.
for the playoffs.
I'm still going for the W.
I know you're coming for the W. This dude is on a 4-game win streak, and
And
3
he's
of those games have been 275 or more. 2 of them have been 300.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God,
he's on fire.
he is. Yes, I mean, wow. We
Y'all
haven't
better
seen
hope I
scoring
take
like
him out,
that in
Ben.
a long time.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
that.
We do need you to take him out because if you don't, we're gonna have trouble in the playoffs. Like dude's on fire.
Yeah,
You need to win for Pam's sake as well, because if Pam loses and he wins, they will be tied in record, and he has more points than Pam.
Oh, he's
So
got a crazy amount of points. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
After those 3 games right there in a row, just caught him
I'm
up with
telling you,
everybody.
he has put up more points than over a 3-game stretch than we have ever seen.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Yes. If you win, you can get a product from P&J Customs.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Merch.
Uh-oh.
Free merch.
Shit, I gotta check my lineup.
She's offering she's offering merch for a victory, man.
Let me suit up.
Now I'm gonna be like, shit. Now I hope Jones plays, man, because I've got a replacement for him. Jones plays on Monday, but he's questionable. But my replacement on Monday is fucking Tajay Spears. So I'm really hoping it's Jones, man.
Hey, they might be giving him a lot more carries with the supposedly
With
head
Henry.
injury to Henry last
Yeah,
week.
but he's already back Henry's already back to practicing, man. He didn't even
I
go in
know they
concussion
said it wasn't.
protocol.
They said it wasn't a
Good.
concussion yet. Yeah, they said it wasn't a concussion. That's
Dude, I
it's
was
crazy.
watching. I was praying. He would have been top of my list if Henry was out.
Crimson Elephant. I guess that's one more player he don't lose, you know.
All right, number 5, Hendrix Mafia facing off against number 9, Thad Castle's team. Number 8, Crimson Elephants facing off against number 11, Kush Crushers. And number 6, Angels facing off against the number 12, Bucks Life.
Oh,
Bucks
yeah.
Life just got a victory over Kush Crushers. Angels just got their 4th victory in a row. Angels needs to win to lock her spot in the playoffs.
Yep.
Hendrix Mafia needs to win. Actually, Hendrix Mafia, I don't believe he needs to win. I think either way, he's going to lock a spot, whether it's 5th or 6th.
I think because of points.
I think he's going to lock a spot automatically because of his point.
Right.
Now, if Pam wins and he loses, that means Pam goes to number 5th. He'll go to number 6th, and it won't matter if Los Patos wins or Crimson wins or not.
Yeah. And see, that's a bad thing. So
And Crimson
Sean is in a rough spot because
he's the short stick out right now.
Yeah, his points are what's killing him. And
I give Sean a 10% chance at a playoff.
Yeah.
I give Los Patos a 40%. I give Pam a 60%, and I give Lindsay an 80% or 95%. Actually, like I don't think anybody's going to jump him in points. I don't.
It was going to take a lot. So Sean's already he says, you know what, man? He says, so far it looks like I need both of them to lose, and I need to score 500 points.
Yeah, exactly. Lindsay has 2,928. He's literally right behind me in points.
Right.
Ahead of you and ahead of Jeff in points.
Yes.
Oh, so the winner between you and Jeff, man, really, you have to win. I mean, you don't have to win. If he does win, you might be able to lock that 2nd spot in anyway if I lose, because your points are only 13 points apart. 13.4.
Right.
Well, 13.38,
so,
but whatever.
Well, no, if I lose, I would have to score more than him. So that's not a loss, that's a win.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, I was like, damn, y'all playing against each other. And I didn't even register that shit. Ain't that some damn shit? That's crazy.
If I score more points than he does, that's called a win. So
yeah, you would have to score over. You would have to score over 94. No, like 95 points to jump me. 95 points more than me to jump me in points. If you lost to Jeff.
Yeah, well, that means Jeff would have to score
300
something points more than you do. You have to score 100, and we score like 200 and 300 points. That's the only way we jump you in points. You see what I mean?
Ain't nobody jumping me. Ain't nobody jumping me in points. That's what I'm saying. I need this. I need this win. I need this win. Ain't nobody jumping me in points. Like, I guarantee ain't nobody jumping me in points. I might lose this week. To Brandon, but ain't nobody jumping me in points. Y'all ain't putting up no 295 on my 200.
Put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky. It ain't happening. I guarantee.
I'm just looking to jump Jeff in points.
How are you gonna do that?
There's a knife in my leg. He's got to win. He's got to win by at least 15 points more than Jeff.
Let's see. How many points do
if I score 15 more points than Jeff, I win this week.
All right.
No question about
For Angel sitting in sixth place, 2,818 points. To catch up with Lindsay, who is the same record as you, you would need over 110 points, 109 points to catch him.
Okay.
Yeah.
To keep your spot in the playoffs at number 6, you need Hendrix Mafia to get their victory and Los Patos to lose. And you could win or lose at that point. If Los Patos wins, you need to score, let's see, he's got 2,848 to your 2,818. So he only has 30 more points than you. So around 30 more points than you. So if you score more than 30 points more than Los Patos, even if you lose and he wins, so if he scores 170, which I don't see that after the past 3 weeks, but if he scores 170 and you score 250 and lose, you're in. Even if he wins. Because you'll be tied in the record, but you'll have points.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically just win by a landslide.
If you win, you're in. If you win, you're in. Guaranteed. If you win, you're in.
You definitely gotta win. If you win,
if you beat Chris, you're in. If Chris beats you, you gotta hope that Ben beats Los Patos. Bad.
So it's just easier to win. Yeah, okay.
Yes, it's easier for you to win. Yeah, it's easier for your playoff chances to win. If you lose, then that's where that's where your 60% comes in.
Exactly.
It's 58 of it is winning. The other 2% is losing. If you lose, like it's gonna be well, I'd say 50% win, 10% if you lose.
You and Chris need to score a crap ton of points so that so that it can be passed, and either or Los Patos needs to score very little.
And Crimson, I'd hate to say it, he is 6-7, which is in the playoff race, but he needs Angels to lose, Los Patos to lose, and he needs a victory of like 200 plus on.
Yeah, that's what I say. His is all down to points. He's got to have the points.
Yeah. If he puts up a 300-point game and y'all don't put up but like 150, he might slide in there.
He'll run right past us.
He might slide in there, but it's all about points for Sean.
He's gonna run by, going, "Look, motherfucker."
Because look, I mean, let's face it. I mean, he has done an amazing job with the amount of points that he has scored so far this year. To potentially have 7 victories is pretty damn good. When you look at some of the other people, I mean, they have put. I mean, hell, Legend Killers has put up 2,700 points, and he's only
got 4 wins. He's got 4 wins. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, to pull it off and not score a whole lot is
Legend Killers was the first team projected to go back to back. He literally was projected to win the league this year.
Yeah.
And
He didn't win.
Well,
Shut up,
well,
Pam.
I know. Throw that asterisk out there. Throw that asterisk out there.
Default.
But that is the playoff race, ladies and gentlemen. It is very, very, very tight. Like I said, if Hendrix Mafia loses, I believe he's going to lock it 5th or 6th down either way.
Yeah, I think so.
If Angels wins and he loses, then Angels will take that spot because they're both 7-6 right now. So she would go to 8-6. He would go to 7-7. He would lock the 6th spot. She would lock the 5th spot.
Right.
If Angels loses and he loses, and Los Patos wins, then it's all about points with those everybody.
Right.
Because they're all going to be sitting at 7-7 at that point.
And then it looks like she would, unless she scores a crap ton of points.
And I think that would make it be Los Patos in 6th and Hendrix Mafia in 5th. Unless she scores 30-something, like 31 more points than Los Patos, then she would lock in the 6th spot. And Hendrix Mafia would lock in the 5th. Now, this is all if they're all at 7-7 at the end of the week.
Right.
Now, if Crimson wins and that makes 4 teams at 7-7, like we all say, he's gonna need that plus 400 more than everybody.
Yeah, he needs a lot of points to try to make up.
I mean, if I put it to Pam, who would be the lowest one scored between, those 4 teams, it's Pam's the next lowest score up. And she's at 2.818, and he's at 2.657.
Yeah.
So it's a gap. It's a gap.
He needs 500 points. I mean, really, damn near.
Well, I mean, 160, I think, would put him right there at the mark.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. 180, 190 would put him at the Los Patos mark.
Right.
290 would put him at the Hendrix Mafia mark.
Yeah, he definitely needs.
Now that's not 290 in score. That's 290 above whatever they score.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to go. You've got to go. A 300 game and hope everybody scores 100, and then you need 400 more points out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and then from ninth all the way out, those last 4 teams are out of the playoffs. Like,
8th place is you got to remember, Sean started out as the number 1 pick in the draft. He was the last place team last year. So, I mean,
he's moving on up.
He's got signs of moving up. He's done a lot to make them moves,
The number 1 team from last year is now the number 4, or like the number 9, number 10 team in the league now. Number 10 team in the league now. Like, so.
Yeah, sometimes the fall is worse. Sometimes the fall is real worse.
I mean, the playoff percentage for me and you are 100%.
Right.
For Chris would be about 90%, maybe a little lower because it's only out of 7 years, and he's missed, I think, 1 year, 2 years this year. So 2 out of 7, 5 out of 7, divide that or whatever. That's his percentage. I'd say it's 8 something, like 8.
Yeah.
813 or some shit like that. I don't quote me on that. That's just me saying it.
This is off the top of the head. Yeah.
Yeah. Behind that is where it starts getting lower.
That's right.
Behind those three teams is where it starts getting lower.
We
Yeah.
got a lot of first time. Well, no, I don't.
Not just first time playoff people. I mean, we got first year teams. We got 3-year teams. So there's different percentages that are going to be higher than maybe Chris, because Brandon's only been in the league for 3 full seasons.
Right.
No, sorry, 2 full seasons. Last year was his first full season. This was his second full season. The year before that was his inauguration of taking over a team, I believe. It was our year 4. He took over a team for Scott.
Yeah.
And we're in year 7 now. So 4, 5, 6, 7. No. It is year 3 for him.
No.
If he took over for Scott in year 4.
Last year was his first full year.
Yes, correct. Last year was the first full year.
So the year before that was the
So he
year
took over for Scott in year 5?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Because it's year 7 now.
Yeah.
So he had his first full year in year 6, and he took over in year 5. All right, well.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that would put him.
What are you doing back there?
If we're not counting that first year when he took over, 3 or 4 games in?
No, we're not counting that season. No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's 2 seasons, yeah. So
exactly.
He's 50%. Yeah. Okay, so he'd be right below Chris. But
I'm lost.
Right. Now, it's like Pam's been in the league. How long is she? But she came in at 19.
She came in 18.
Was it 18? I thought it was 19.
I thought she came in. No, I thought she came in year 2.
I don't know. It's on the sleeve of my shirt.
In year 1, I believe I replaced 2 teams after that.
Right.
No. I replaced 1 team. It was Michael Godbolt.
Yeah.
Or Jonathan Hicks. I can't remember. It was somebody that had joined that ended up not playing.
Right.
I replaced them at the end of the year with Tyler.
Tyler went out first, I thought. No, wait.
Tyler did. Tyler. Well, no, because I think I'm trying to remember.
I think it's the other way around. I think Angels came in taking over Michael's or whoever's team it was, that first year, and then in the second year is when my mom quit after the second year, and that's when Tyler came in and took over for my mom's team. That's what I think, but I could be wrong. I can go check that out.
I took over your mom's team.
You took over Crimson Elephants? I mean, Chulio the Werewolves. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tyler went the year
because
after.
that second year, that was the year I snuck because Denise was still in the league, and because I remember I beat her out for the playoffs that year with a losing. I mean, I think I snuck her in that second year to make the playoffs.
I'm about to go in this and find out. All right.
Tyler left the year after me because didn't
he left the year after you came in.
Right, didn't me
say. But I thought he came in.
Tyler,
look at the arm of your shirt, Pam. What's it say?
You mean I got to get up and go find the thing right
No.
Mine's got a 19 on it right here.
All right, Thunderdome.
I just read 19 on my shirt.
You can't
2017. Chulio the Werewolf, Swinging Lucille's.
That formerly, that was
PC Madhawks. Crackhead Central.
Wow, that was the
Crackheads. All right, that's the first year, man.
Yeah, that was the early Thunderdome.
All right. Now we're going to go into year 2, 2018. See what teams came in. What the hell just happened? I do not want Lowe's. What the? 2018 done. All right, 2018. Leota Werewolves are still in the league, and Cryptic Chaos come in and took over for Crackhead Central.
Yes, Tyler came in
So
first.
Tyler came in first, like I said.
Yes.
And we also still got the Swinging Lucille's.
Yep.
And that's whenever I had the Lumberjacks in the first year. Lumberjacks went to the Targaryen Dragons. PC Madhawks switched over to the Hendrix Mafia. Crackhead Central switched over to X Cryptic Chaos X. And then that's the only other team that changed. And then in 2019, that's when Pam come in and took over for the Chuliota Werewolves.
I had to tell you that, man.
The Angel, and then that's also when the Targaryen Dragons switched to just the Dragons. That's when the Swinging Lucille switched to the Hammerheads. It's when Cryptic Chaos changed to Paradox Chaos.
Yeah, he changed his 2 or 3 times, I think, something like
and
that.
And then we go to the next year, 2020. This is year 4. Year 4, we had Paradox Chaos switch to Chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't figure it out.
And Legend Killers came in year 4. They took over in year 4.
Oh.
In 2020, the pandemic year, is when Brandon took over. And
so
then
do in year 5.
That's what I'm finna look at now. 2021, he made the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he finished in 4th place.
Okay.
So his year 2, he won the championship.
Okay. All right.
The year that you won the championship, he came in 4th place. And that was his first full year. All right, so we figured it out. So Brandon did. Brandon is in year 3. Brandon is in year 3. Tyler took over year 2. Pam took over year 3. Brandon took over year 4. So we had a team change each fucking year for the first 4 years. And then when Tyler backed out after that, and it switched over to
Misak.
Misak, yep.
Then he went to Pigskin King.
Yeah, and then he went to Pigskin King last year.
And then he went missing. And this year JC took
This
over.
year was the year he went missing, and we replaced him for JC, yeah. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the final week of we're in it.
It is.
Congratulations
a little history lesson on this week.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations to Hammerheads, Orange Crush, Sin Eaters, and the Dragons myself for making it into the playoffs. Good luck on trying to get the bye weeks for the bye week spots for the first week of the playoffs. I know a couple teams are really hunting for it.
Oh, yeah.
I know Jeff is hunting for it. He's already mentioned it. I know John is hunting for it. He has talked about it for like 2 weeks now. I know I'm hunting for it. Even if it's the number 2 spot, I'm just trying to get in that bye week because my team don't really seem, my defense ain't really clicking like I want them to, and I just need that bye week.
I know if I do not get a bye week, I will probably lose first round, and that's just my luck on how it.
All I can say is I'm happy that I'm not going to have to battle Buck's Life or Legend Killers. Like those two teams not being in the playoffs are going to be a plus for everyone.
They're a headache, damn it.
Look,
Those teams not making it are going to be a plus. Damn it! I'm
Now apparently we got to worry about Los Patos. So
yeah. Now we got to worry about Angels and Los Patos with
Yeah,
their fucking
for real.
4-game win streaks going on here.
oh, sorry. I'm sorry. What'd you say? What? I'm sorry. What?
All right. Well, it's been real. It's been fun. Hopefully, we get this Thursday instead of Saturday like we did. Hopefully, we get to do this Thursday of next week. I don't know. My phone's been acting crazy when I'm at home. I can't get on the internet. I can't get it to sign into the internet for some reason. So I have to work off my internet, and my internet sucks for some reason. Even though I got Verizon, I don't know why. And these phones don't get the signal they're supposed to be getting. But whatever. 5G my ass. Anyway.
oh man,
It's been real. It's been fun. It's been really fun. We'll be back next week for week 14 results and wild card week playoff week. Yeah, wild card week, baby. It's coming
I
next
got a quick
week. So,
question though. If I don't
all right.
win and I get bumped, where am I gonna land?
In the consolation
Last
bracket.
thing I need to be is in the Josh Bowl, because last thing I need is another horse's ass.
You'll be in number 7 or 8, depending on
I don't want to win
Crimson.
now.
I think you'll be number 7. I think the lowest you'll fall is 7. Because of the points of Crimson Elephants, I think the lowest you'll fall is 7th.
You'll probably have,
but that means you will draft 6th next year, right in the middle of the draft, because this is the last week for the bottom teams. So whoever don't make the playoffs, your record or your draft position will be be set next week at the end of this week. So if Chris gets a win and Crimson Elephants, or not Crimson Elephants, Kush Crushers and Legend Killers get a loss, all 3 of them will be tied in the same record at 4 and 10.
And then there'll be points as to who,
or 4 and 9, and then it'll be up to the points of where they fall 1, 2, and 3 in the draft.
Right.
Right.
But if Chris loses the Angels, he automatically gets the number 1 spot in the draft next year, locked in. So Angels is needing to win to lock herself in the playoffs and push Chris to draft number 1 overall. If she loses, that gives Chris a better, not a better chance. It gives him a different option coming to the first 3 picks because of those records. But if Chris wins and not Los Patos, and Kush Crushers wins and Legend Killers win, then Chris is still going to draft last because they're going to move up in record as well. So this is, like I said, this is the last week. Y'all will know the number 1 through the number 6 draft picks in next week's show.
And a little side note. Little side note: LSU's Jaden Daniels just won the Heisman Trophy.
I mean, dude was like scoring touchdowns on like 70% of the throws he made, or some shit like that. It was crazy. It was a crazy number. It was like 68.4 or some shit like that. Every time.
Honestly, I was pulling for Penix because I think Penix had a huge year too. But yeah, that's.
I mean, I was rooting for Florida State man, but he got injured and got knocked out. Who was it? Jordan Travis?
Yeah, Jordan Travis.
Yeah, he got knocked out and really didn't help his case anymore after that. And shame on the damn NCAA committee for what they pulled with that bullshit. I don't like it, but whatever. Y'all trying to make it into a money profit by not putting us in there and putting Alabama and Georgia and Alabama and
Texas.
Actually, it was just Alabama, honestly. You shouldn't have put Alabama in. We should have made that spot. I don't care if they won the SEC championship or not. Don't give 2 shits. They weren't undefeated. We were. Y'all snubbed us. Y'all snubbed us. Snubbed us.
You know, guess what? Next year,
next time, could you lube it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Just lube it up a little bit. Don't just force it in.
Hey, next year starts a 12 team playoff, so no need to worry about it.
Yeah, true. We got to keep it going, man. I think Jordan Travis, man. Is he a junior or a senior? I think he's a junior.
Nah, this is his last year.
Yeah, that's what I see. That's what I'm saying,
'cause
man.
so everything I hear, FSU's trying to get. Let's see, they had that DJ Ukulele or whatever the fuck his name was from Clemson.
Yep.
Transferred to Florida
Ukulele.
State. They talking like he's in the portal. He's possibly going to be at FSU. I've also seen a few other names thrown around as people going to FSU to play quarterback. So
Nice.
we'll see. Might have some
We'll
more
see
people.
what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've seen it. It is what it is, and we will be back next week with the final results of Week 14 and who's in the playoffs, who's not. Got those four. We got three teams. We got three teams really stressing this week. I'm gonna tell you that. Well, two teams. Sean, I don't think Sean's stressing. I know he would really like to make it, but I don't think he's stressing.
No.
I don't think Lindsay's too much stressing. I think he understands. I know he wants to win, but I think he understands that he can slide the fifth or sixth slot still with a loss. It's really Pam and JC. Those two, I'm believe are the two sweating.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well,
You
good,
ain't perspirating. You ain't perspirating yet.
I'm not perspirating.
Gonna be what it's gonna be.
All right. Well, the two teams battling the most are Angels and Los Patos. We'll see how it plays out tomorrow and Monday. See you guys next Thursday. Peace.
For me, everybody.
Peace.
Happy holidays.
Happy holiday.